Hello friends, welcome to Bracket CSE, and in this series of database today we will be going through some join queries. As if you know that in the previous video I explained you about the different types of join in a relational algebra. So here we will be understanding that how you can formulate a query if a particular statement is given. So in the GATE question or in the UGC NET or any competitive exam, they can give you a particular statement like this, and they will give you four different options, and they will be asking you that which among the four option is the right query for this particular statement. So this kind of question is frequent in GATE. So without wasting time, let's try to understand these two queries with the help of example. Right, so you can see that I'm having a relation R with A attribute and some more attribute which is not required here, S with B attribute and some more attribute. So I will be working on A and B attribute only because there are no such other attribute required. So in the first query, we have to retrieve A value of R. Those are more than some value of B in S. So before going in detail, let me tell you one thing, that if in the query you have to identify these words, if there is some, any or at least one, if there is some, any, at least one, these three words are same because they are having the same meaning. That means we can directly find a query of this. But if I'm having every, like here you can see that I'm having a keyword every, then we have to subtract like all minus sum. We have to do this way because directly we cannot formulate a relational algebra query. So we'll be going with the opposite method. I will let you know for this every and all in this case. So here I am taking some values of A and B to support this particular query. So I am taking some random values like 10, 15, 20 for R table A, and for B I am taking 12 and 18. Now I have to retrieve A value of R which are more than some B value of S. So we know that 10 is not more than some values, 15 is more than 12, that means it can be in output, and 20 is greater than 18, that means it can be in output. That means these two values can be in output. But how to formulate it into a query? So if we are working on two tables like R and S, first of all we need to find out the Cartesian product or a cross product. So I got this particular values. Now I have to select R dot A, this particular, whose value is greater than S dot B. So here you can see that the 10 is not having the greater value, so it will not be in the output. Similarly, it will not be in the output. And here you can see that 15 is greater than some value, that means 15, 12 will be in output, right? And check here, 15 is not greater than 18, so it cannot be in output. Similarly, if you check here, this can be in output and this can be in output. So these three rows will be in output. So R cross S we did till now. Now we have to project A value because we need to retrieve A value. So we are projecting A value. Then it will be give us 15 and 20. So this will be in the output. So this is one of the method that I did using the cross product. We can also do it using the conditional join, because this particular sentence is of conditional join where I am using R conditional join. What will be the condition? This is the same condition, that R value of A has to be greater than some B value in S. So this is the same condition, we are projecting A value. So this is quite a tedious one, this is a simple one, so you can easily get this. Now if I have to work with this second query, we have to retrieve A value of R, those are more than every B value of. So in the previous video we are talking about sum, and in this particular query I am talking about the average. So we have to check which of the A value is greater than every B value. So I know that 20 is greater than both 12 and 18, that means 20 has to be in the output of the second query. But I told you that in every we cannot directly write a query, so we'll be working in a way like all minus sum, like this is the opposite way of working. So how we can do that? We'll be subtracting all values of A in R with complement of this. So what will be the complement of this? A value of r, those are less than or equal to some b value of s. Here we are talking about this more than value, more than only. So what will be the opposite? Less than and equal to, both, right? So this I did here. For every we have taken sum. That's it. This is a easy one. Now what are the different all values of a? 10, 15, 20 are the all values of a. So this is done. Now we have to find out the a values of r which are less than or equal to some b value in s. Now you can see that what are those different values which are less than or equal to some value in s. So 10 is less than equal to some values, 15 is less than equal to some values, 20 is not less than equal to some value. So I am having this here and 10 and 15 here. Now if you subtract 10 and 15, 10, 15, 20 with this, you will be getting only one thing, that is 20. That means we are getting the answer. Now how we have to formulate the query? So an easy way of formulating the query is, you know that how to project all values of a in R. We simply use the projection. We have to project a values from R. This is okay. Now we have to subtract, that is a side difference. I will tell you about the side difference in the next video. Now we have to project the a values where I can use R join as with the condition as r dot a less than is equal to s dot b. So this is pretty same as this, you can see, but the only difference is the condition. So this will be the query for the second statement. So that's how you can formulate a query as per the statement. Always try to do one thing. If you are having a particular statement, try to formulate an example, and on the basis of an example, first check how this example was that I did over here. Try to do the cross product, Cartesian product, and I am selecting like this. So first of all, play with all the values, all the examples, the values that you have taken. After you get an idea that how this complete thing is working, then try to convert it into the query, because once you got an idea, it will be easy for you to convert it into the query, right? I hope that you are okay with these join queries. If you are not, you can just watch it once again, then you will be easily getting what exactly it is. In the next video, I'll be talking about the rename operator and few more queries, so that you can practice as much as you can. In the queries, you can just practice it and go with the flow, right? So if you find this video useful, like this video, comment your feedback in the comment section, subscribe this channel if you are new, and share it with your friends also. Thanks for watching. Keep supporting, keep learning. Have a great day.